Hello and welcome to TrojanVision Nightly News for May 1st, 2012. I'm Tiffany Lester.
And I'm Courtney Steele. Thank you for joining us this evening. The time of the semester where everyone buckles down and starts going to the library to study for final exams. And this semester, Courtney Addison gives us a look at how students are preparing for the end of the class.
Spring semester ending in almost a week, some students may be realizing how much they procrastinated. And one junior says it's not cramped.
I probably shouldn't have procrastinated so much. I have a lot of stuff now that I'm trying to cram in.
With summer right around the corner, many students are gearing up to head home and relax for the summer. And some students took a moment out of their day to tell us what they're looking forward to the most about their break.
Not coming to class and laying down and watching lots of cartoons.
I'm just excited to get back into my family. It's been a while since I've had time with them. I'm actually getting married in 12 days, so I'm ready to start that life. And me and my husband will be back up here in Troy, and there's just a lot of stuff going on in Troy that we're looking forward to in the summer.
But before students can start relaxing, there's just one last obstacle standing in their way. Finals.
I don't think that it'll be too bad. I've been studying a lot, so hopefully they'll go well.
They're going really great. They're really easy.
Good.
I only have one actual final. Like, I was an art student, so it was mostly just a lot of projects. So kind of stressful, a little bit.
So far they're okay. I've already taken 2. I have 2 more, and I'm starting to get worried about those. But hopefully after I actually study for them, it'll be better.
Courtney Addison, Troy, TrojanVision News.
The spring commencement is set for May 11th. There will be 2 ceremonies, one at 10:30 a.m. and one at 2 p.m. And one thing stands between students and their summer break, and that's exams.
Those exams start on Thursday, May 3rd and run through Wednesday, May 9th. And here's a look at this semester's final exam schedule. Starting with Monday, Wednesday, Friday classes, if your class is at 8 a.m., your exam will be Thursday morning at 8 a.m. 9 a.m. classes will have their exams Friday at 11 a.m. 10 o'clock classes will be Monday at 2 p.m. 11 o'clock classes exams will be Tuesday at 8 a.m. And noon classes will take their exam Thursday at 2 p.m.
Friday at 5 p.m. is the time for classes that are held at 1 o'clock. 2 o'clock classes are Monday at 8 a.m. 3 o'clock classes are Tuesday at 11 a.m. And finally, Monday, Wednesday, Friday classes beginning at 4 p.m. Your exam is Thursday at 11.
And now for Tuesday, Thursday classes. If your class meets at 8:30 a.m., your exam will be Friday at 8 a.m. 10 o'clock classes will have their exam Monday at 11 a.m.
11:30 classes are Tuesday at 2 p.m. 1 o'clock classes are Thursday at 5 o'clock. 2:30 classes are Friday at 2 p.m. and 4 o'clock class exams are Monday at 5 p.m. Special exams are for all periods are scheduled for Wednesday the 5th at 8 or 11 a.m. Of course, if you have any questions about the date or time of any of their exams, they should ask this class instructor.
The honors and awards of many distinguished students were celebrated at the 2012 Honors Convocation. And while the students were receiving awards for their hard work and dedication, one of the most distinguished awards for a Troy University faculty member was also given out. Every year since 1970, one highly thought of Troy University professor receives the Ingalls Award. And this year, the Ingalls Award winner was named at the 2012 Troy University Honors Convocation.
This year's recipient is Dr. Samuel Terrence Shelton, Associate Professor, teaching in the Department of Political Science.
Troy University students first nominate the professor that they think deserves the award, and then they vote for a number of students to be on the Ingalls Award Evaluation Committee. That committee is in control of who receives this prestigious award.
They meet and identify faculty who they want to evaluate. Then they go out and evaluate those faculty using a structured survey form. Get back together and the students make the selection.
This year's award winner says that it caught him so off guard that he did something that wouldn't typically be done.
It was a complete shock. I think back over some of the things that I did as soon as it was announced, and it was kind of like I handed the dean some information, some materials for the dean to hold. It was kind of like, okay, this is not something you would normally do when you wouldn't just hand the dean something to hold for you. So it was sort of one of those situations that's sort of surreal.
Again, Dr. Shelton received a bust of Socrates, a check for $1,000, and a plaque.
And now for a look at news from around the state. In Birmingham, former Alabama Supreme Court Justice Reno Allman has died. He was 74 years old. Longtime friend Bob Martin said Allman died last night at Brookwood Hospital in Birmingham from complications of Alzheimer's disease and other health problems.
In Auburn, police say they took a suspect into custody after a standoff that lasted more than 10 hours at a residence on East University Drive. The suspect was apprehended early this morning.
And in Montgomery, towns along US 80 in Alabama are preparing for a yard sale May 31st through June 2nd that will stretch from Phoenix City on the Georgia state line to Cuba on the Mississippi state line. Towns participating include Tuskegee, Shorter, Pike Road, Montgomery, Pensacola, Lounsboro, Whitehall, Selma, Uniontown, Marion, Junction, Galion, Fonsdale, Demopolis, and York.
Still to come on TrojanVision Nightly News, a Troy University baseball team heads into a matchup at Sanford, hoping to keep their winning streak alive. Danielle Percival will be in all of those details in sports.
But first, find out the latest details of the Rupert Murdoch phone hacking scandal. We'll have that story and more, so stay tuned with us.
British lawmakers say that Rupert Murdoch is not fit to run a global empire. I'm Monica Villamizar in London, and I have all the details coming up.
Be out there. Be out there.
Be out there. Be out there.
Time was, kids did what came naturally. Spending free time running barefoot through the grass, wading knee-deep in streams, climbing to the tallest branch. But today, American kids are more likely found texting, watching TV, or gazing at a computer screen. They spend more than 7 hours in front of electronic media. Something essential has been lost: childhood's connection to the natural world. That's why National Wildlife Federation created the Be Out There movement. Kids move indoors causes a host of problems, from obesity to ADHD. But outdoor play can go a long way to improving kids' health, body, mind, and spirit. It helps them stay fit, enhances creativity and attention spans, and could even make them better students. Do your part. Be a part of Be Out There. There's a reason why they call it the Great Outdoors. Learn more at beoutthere.org.
Be out there!
At the heart of what we do in the College of Business is care for the student.
It's a personal thing with the students. We feel like the students are our most important asset, our most important products.
I have never been anywhere where I've known so many students on first name basis. They stop by socially to talk to.
So we understand who our students are, and we're trying to help them be better in their areas of professional work.
My colleagues and I work together to create programs that our students need.
What we try to do at Troy University is provide an experience to students.
British lawmakers say that Rupert Murdoch is not
the high-definition digital production studios of Troy University. You're watching the award-winning TrojanVision Nightly News.
And now for a look at what's happening across the nation and around the world, we go to Tiffany Lester at the Global News Desk. Tiffany.
Thanks, Courtney. British lawmakers have released a scathing report about Rupert Murdoch and the phone hacking scandal that engulfed his media empire last year. The report says Murdoch and his son need to take responsibility for the wrongdoing. Monica Villamizar reports from London.
British lawmakers had tough words for media mogul Rupert Murdoch.
In the view of the majority of committee members, Rupert Murdoch is not fit to run an international company.
The much-awaited report from a parliamentary panel concluded that Murdoch and his son, James, oversaw a corporate culture that allowed the tabloid phone hacking scandal in Britain. It also says Murdoch, quote, exhibited willful blindness to what was going on in his companies and publications.
Corporately, the News of the World and News International had misled the committee repeatedly about the true extent and nature of the investigations that they claim to have carried out in relation to phone hacking.
The committee does not have the power to impose sanctions, but this report is expected to bring new scrutiny of Murdoch's media empire, including Britain's largest satellite broadcaster, Sky B. Murdoch came to England last week to defend his image and reassure shareholders that he had cleaned up the company. Over the past year, evidence has emerged that Murdoch's tabloid newspaper, News of the World, spied on citizens to get stories and hacked their phone messages, including those of murdered schoolgirl Millie Dowler. Murdoch said he was sorry to the victims and the British public.
All I can do is apologize.
Murdoch's company, News Corp, said it would respond to the report shortly. The House of Commons will now decide punishment for 3 company executives accused of giving false accounts of the phone hacking. More than 40 people associated with the scandal have been arrested so far. Murdoch has also paid out millions to settle multiple lawsuits. Monica Villamizar, CBS News, London.
1 year after U.S. Special Forces killed Osama bin Laden in Pakistan, President Obama made a surprise visit to neighboring Afghanistan. Danielle Nottingham has the latest from the White House.
President Obama arrived in Afghanistan for an unannounced visit. He's meeting with U.S. troops fighting the Taliban and the war against terror. It has been 1 year since U.S. Navy SEALs killed Osama bin Laden across the border at this compound in Pakistan. Pakistani leaders ordered an investigation into whether the terror leader had a support network inside the country. But Pakistan is not disclosing its findings, and the U.S. says it's disappointed. President Obama makes no apologies for killing the al-Qaeda leader who ordered the 9/11 attacks.
I said that I'd go after bin Laden if we had a clear shot at him, and I did.
And on this first anniversary, the president and his Republican rival are trading swipes on the bin Laden raid. The president has hinted that Mitt Romney might not have taken down the terror mastermind.
I just recommend that everybody take a look at people's previous statements in terms of whether they thought it was appropriate to go into Pakistan and take out bin Laden. I assume that people meant what they said when they said it.
Romney says the president is trying to exploit the anniversary for his political gain.
Let's not make the capture or killing of Osama bin Laden a politically divisive event. There are plenty of differences between President Obama and myself, but let's not make up ones based on, well, he might not have done this.
Romney also commended those who carried out the raid on Twitter this morning and applauded the president for greenlighting the mission. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, the White House.
And that wraps things up from the Global News Desk. To see more stories from across the country and around the world, you can tune into TrojanVision Global News right after the nightly news. Now, back to you, Courtney.
Thank you, Tiffany. Now, Danielle Percival joins with a look at sports. So, Danielle, while most of us were here with the last day of classes on campus, the baseball team was headed up to Birmingham for their game.
That's right, Courtney. They are on the road tonight. Actually going to be on the road for quite some time. Won't be back in action at home for a couple weekends. So if you're going to cheer them on, you're going to have to cheer them on from home. But let's get into the story of tonight's game. After a successful weekend at home, the Trojan baseball team will look to continue that success against an in-state foe. As Courtney mentioned, the Trojans travel to Birmingham to take on Samford tonight in one of their final non-conference games of the season. This will be a rematch as earlier in the season the Bulldogs came to Troy. That game belonged to the Trojans as they won 13-6. The story from that game was Boone Shear's performance as he drove in a career-high 6 runs and finished the game 3 for 4. But as head coach Bobby Pierce says, the story this time around is pitching.
Our pitching is a little bit stretched right now, and we've got to put our focus on the weekends because right now, with the way the season's unfolded, our only shot to continue playing is to get in a conference tournament and win it. Many years in the past, you know, we've been in a position to probably get a bid without winning the tournament, but this year that'll be the only possibility.
Troy and Samford square off tonight at 6 in Birmingham. Junior right-hander Cass Abercrombie is scheduled to make his 4th start of the season and has not allowed a run in his last 4 outings. The Trojan softball team is not in action this week, but will finish their regular season in Mobile this weekend. They have 1 doubleheader left on the schedule, and that's against South Alabama on Saturday. The Trojans sit 2 games under 500 in conference play at 10-2. Troy was swept this past weekend at home against North Texas, and after a subpar performance, head coach Melanie Davis is looking for her team to bounce back strong.
When we came back from spring break, we had gotten beat up on a little bit over in the LSU tournament and against Monroe. We bounced back with big wins over, you know, number 21 Auburn and number 8 Lafayette. And we're going to try to use that to focus on our studies for the next couple days, get some rest, and try to come back strong in preparing for big series against South this weekend.
The Trojans end the regular season against the South Alabama Jaguars in a doubleheader on Saturday. The first game is set to begin at 1 in Mobile. And while the semester is wrapping up, the Trojan Spurs ended their season this past weekend. The women's rodeo team finished in 4th place at the Northwest Mississippi Community College Rodeo and posted several top 5 finishes. Brittany Drawdy finished in the top 5 in the barrel racing competition and finished 5th overall individually. The men's team struggled some this past weekend, finishing in 8th place. The Trojan Spurs will return to action in the fall. So Courtney, Tiffany, baseball in action tonight. Hopefully they can go up to Sanford, pick up another win against the Bulldogs. And so going to be in action on the road. Won't be home for a little while. And softball on the road this weekend. We wish them the best of luck. And for the last time this semester, go Trojans.
That's right, go Trojans. Thank you, Danielle.
Thanks.
Coming up, we'll say goodbye to some TrojanVision graduating seniors.
But first, the weather has been warm and beautiful. Should we expect the sun to stay out and continue to feel the summer heat? Derica?
Well, Courtney, you're going to have some more chances this week to feel that summer heat, but we may be getting a break. I'll let you know more next in weather.
Today, we gather to recognize the selfless decision of one of the most influential women of our time. The woman who, after having one too many drinks, chose not to drive home buzzed. Here today to honor Rachel is the family whose lives she spared.
Hands can do incredible things. Now they can even help save a life with hands-only CPR. If you see an adult suddenly collapse, just call 911, then push hard and fast in the center of the chest until help arrives. Learn more at handsonlycpr.org.
From the high-definition digital production studios of Troy University, you're watching the award-winning TrojanVision Nightly News.
And now Derica James joins us with a look at weather.
So Derica, the weather has been beautiful for the past couple of days, no rain in sight. Should we be expecting some clouds to roll in to put a damper on the end of the semester, or is the sun going to stay out?
Well, we are going to still experience those beautiful days, but when we get to Thursday, we may be seeing a little break in that sunny weather. But the weekend should be great. But I'll get more into that later. But first, let's look at our campus snapshot. As we look out over the University Quad, we see that it is still a nice, beautiful day to go out and enjoy just before you have to get ready to study some more for those finals. But as we look at current conditions, we see the skies are sunny, temperature coming in at 88 degrees, dew point at 63 degrees, humidity is at 43%, barometer is at 30.02 inches and falling, with winds coming from the south-southeast at 8 miles per hour. Then as we look at today's stats, a high of 90, low of 64. There was no rain today. Sunrise at 5:57 a.m. And we should see a beautiful sunset at 7:24 p.m. As we look at temperatures around the state, we see Huntsville coming in at 87, Birmingham at 95, Montgomery at 90, Troy at 88, Phoenix City at 89, Dothan at 89, and Mobile coming in at 83. It's mostly nice, clear weather. Some clouds in some areas around the state of Alabama. As we look at the southeast, we see those temperatures are pretty much staying consistent, mostly high 80s across the southeast, with some entering into the low 90s. So we're actually experiencing a lot of that heat. As we go into current temperatures, we see that most of the area is seeing some nice weather. Only the northwest part is still seeing those low temperatures in the 40s and 50s, but most of everybody is seeing some nice warmer weather. As we look at the current heat index, even though it's 88 degrees outside, we're actually experiencing some 90-degree temperature. So it's actually very hot outside. As we look at the current service, there's not too much going on. A rain system's up in the Carolinas, but in that area we are remaining clear. And as we look into Wednesday's forecast, we see that it's rather nice in the state of Alabama, with some parts actually seeing just a little bit of rain, mostly going to be scattered showers. And as we go into Thursday, that's when we may be seeing our chance of rain, probably about 30% chance. And then on Friday, it should remain clear to give us a nice weekend, and also on Saturday. As we look at tonight's forecast, partly cloudy with light and variable winds coming from the southeast at 5 miles per hour with a low of 65. Then as we go into tomorrow, it's going to be clear in the morning. By the afternoon, we could see some clouds and also a chance of thunderstorms, and with winds coming from the southeast at 7 miles per hour with a high of 86. Now, as we look at our 4-day forecast, we see that it's going to be a pretty much nice weekend. Except for that Thursday, we're going to see probably about 40% chance of that thunderstorm, and on Wednesday night we're going to see probably about 30% of showers. So as you can see, Tiffany, it's going to be pretty much a nice week. Just Thursday's going to give us a little cool down so we can enjoy that weekend weather.
That'll be very nice to cool us down because summer is coming and it's going to be very, very hot.
Yes.
Thank you, Derica.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And now we turn things over to Judson Garner.
Well, it's the end of the semester here at Trojan Vision, and that means saying farewell to some of our graduating seniors. And first off, we're going to say goodbye to someone who has done it all here at Trojan Vision, Tiffany Lester.
The candidates were happy to take advantage of using television to get their message.
Tiffany Lester has many great qualities, but the one that has stood out to me the most is her passion. Tiffany is very passionate with her work, and it shows. Her creativity always keeps viewers entertained, and she will be missed by everyone here at Trojan Vision News.
You are the sweetest person, and I'm really glad that I got to know you and got a chance to work here with you at Trojan Vision.
It was really fun, everything here, and thanks for helping me all this time. And kisses.
You always know how to put a smile on my face. There's never a dull moment when you're around, and you will be thoroughly missed in this station.
You were actually the first person to take me on my first story, and you showed me everything, even though I was petrified.
I think you have a great personality. That's one of the things that stood out about you, and I'm going to miss seeing you every day.
Tiffany, there's going to be 3 things I miss about you. 1, all your crazy stories you have to tell us. 2, what was it? I just forgot.
When you do something right, nobody remembers. But when you do something wrong, nobody forgets. Tiffany, we're never going to forget you. But not for any of that. You have been one of the strongest, greatest people in the station, and it's just been a pleasure to work with you. And I'm sad to see you go, but I know you're going to be great.
What is that in your mouth? Tiffany, you wandered in here a couple of years ago. You didn't seem to have a whole lot of direction, but you've really proved yourself here. You can work as an individual. You can be part of a team. You've proved yourself as somebody who can lead a team. So take that with you when you go, and you're going to be successful.
Tiffany, what can I say? But you're literally one of the most interesting people to be in this newsroom in a long time. You've made the newsroom a very entertaining place on a day-to-day basis, not to mention you've grown and become a great reporter and anchor in your time here, and I know you're going to be successful wherever you go.
You're so sweet and you're so awesome, and I wish that you could stay here a few more years. I'll miss your awesome music that you play in the newsroom when getting ready for the shows, and I'll miss listening to the Backstreet Boys when we get ready to anchor.
We've just been through so much together in such a short amount of time, and you've been there for me, and I really thank you for everything that you've done for me, and I'm going to miss you so much.
I just want to say thank you to everybody, Aaron Taylor, who helped me get into broadcasting, and how I'm coming to Trojan Vision, how I met some of my best friends, Judson, Courtney, Bailey, Katie Puka in Germany. I'm just so happy to have met everybody. Thank you, Kyle Bozeman, and for being so lenient, and everyone in the production booth where I got to learn how to produce and direct and do audio and all that cool stuff. So thank you for everything.
It's time to say our goodbyes to another senior who is graduating. Derica James has given us so many memories here at Trojan Vision.
Being Miss Troy University this year is even more special.
Derica James has been at Trojan Vision for 4 years as a reporter, anchor, and weathercaster. I know that I will truly miss her telling me to go home every day and her lovable personality. And Derica, know that wherever you go, that you will always have your Trojan Vision family here.
It's been a joy getting to know you. You've always been the type of person to say how you feel, and I appreciate that about you.
Well, Derica, Sister Danny here. I wish you the best in everything that you do, and I hope that you find happiness wherever you go.
Always that anchor to hold down the fort when things got rough around here. You were always able to get things sent and get things done, and we depended on you for that.
Always remember your word, where if you don't know what it is, just say it with confidence and it all works. You can always make me laugh and put a smile on my face, and I can't thank you enough for that.
Derica, I wish you all the best in this new stage of your life. I hope you do really good in your career and everything coming in the future. So It was really nice to meet you.
It's been so nice and helpful to me, and I've always enjoyed coming to the station because you were there and you were in a good mood and you always made me laugh.
I'm going to miss you. I'm going to miss all those special Derica moments that we've had, and I wish you the best and keep in touch, and, you know, don't be a stranger.
Since I've been here, you've just always been around and you've always just been hanging out, and you have always made me laugh, and you've made everyone else laugh, and you just bring such a good vibe to the station.
Well, there go that Derica. You know, I'm glad you turned down your basketball scholarship at Troy and decided to pursue journalism. And just watching you grow, develop, and move all over the desk.
What I say about Derica, my little Eliza Doolittle, as I've tried to help you grow as a broadcast journalist, and you have in the time you've been here. I'm going to hate to see you go. You're a lot of fun, and I know you're going to be successful.
Derica, you're about to graduate. You're leaving us here at Trojan Vision. I remember when you first came 11 years ago. Okay, maybe not quite that long, but what is there to say about Derica James? She's very tall, and she's done the weather a lot. And, you know, Derica, you've done a pretty good job.
Okay, so I said I wasn't going to cry, but I'm just going to miss everybody here. This has been a great 4 years being down here, and I just want to thank everybody for just giving me a great college experience and just being yourselves and being my friends and helping me along this journey, and hopefully I can make the Hall School of Journalism proud, and yeah, that's it.
And last but not least, we say goodbye to our student news director, Courtney Steele. I'm not only saying farewell to a coworker and one of the first people I got the privilege to anchor with, but also one of my closest friends during my time in Troy. So to my best friend and the other half of the Danielle Steele twins, here's to you, Courtney.
Due to this being an ongoing investigation,
Courtney Steele has been an active member of Trojan Vision since she transferred to Troy in 2010. She has been a news anchor, reporter, and weather anchor during her time at the station. While she may be known for her poise on camera, it is her determination, hard work, and outgoing personality that stand out to those who know her best. And of course, her infectious laugh that brightens anyone and everyone's day. From all of us, we're going to miss you and your crazy self.
You have been nothing but a ray of sunshine in here. You know how to make people laugh.
You've helped me every single day that I've been here. You've been one of my closest friends here. And I just wish you the best of luck.
The one thing I can say about you that I respect and admire is when you're on the air, you're very professional.
Yeah, one more time, had to lean back and look at you. Yeah, and you're probably not laughing right now, but that's how I'll always remember you, Courtney. Giggling, leaning over, and then going into hysterics.
Okay. Courtney Steele, you're one of the most talented students to ever come into the doors at Trojan Vision, and you're equally, or actually let's say more talented as you go away.
When we're off the air, you're nothing but clowning around all the time. You're laughing at everything. I don't even think you know what you're laughing at half the time, but it's funny.
And this one day I was sitting in my office, I heard loud laughter and screaming, so I ran into the newsroom, and there you are, dancing like a crazy woman, whipping your hair back and forth.
Well, we came here together a year and a half ago, but you were the first one ever to teach me even how to turn on a camera, and I just appreciate that so much.
We started here together, and in that time I've seen you grow and mature as an anchor and as a news reporter, and you've just done a fantastic job.
It's me, your other half, Kendra. I'm going to miss you.
I'm going to miss anchoring with you. You know, we always had a really good time. Even, you know, we laughed on the desk even when we weren't supposed to.
And that little chipmunk laugh you have, I guess that's what you can call it, but that's something else.
Oh my goodness. I don't even know what to say. I thank everyone here. I thank you for this opportunity, for being here the past 2 years. Aaron, Mr. Bozeman, I couldn't have done it without you. Everyone here, my family, literally I spend all my time here, so I'm so thankful for being able to have such wonderful people to be around. I have learned so much. I want to take everything that I've learned with me, and getting close. But I just want to say thank you to everyone, and I have 19 more seconds to go, so I can thank Bailey for everything, Judson, everyone in this room, everyone said thank you, all my teachers and professors throughout my time here at Troy, just making this all time a really worthwhile time, and I just thank everyone for that. Thank you.
That's all the time we have for Trojan Vision Nightly News. For all of us here at Trojan Vision, thanks for joining us.
And tune in again next semester for more news, sports, and weather. Have a wonderful summer.